Good morning, my beautiful black people. Damn, see this now. We not the equal. We made it good. Now we did the whips and change. Now we walking around with our gold and chain. But we getting rid of the pain for come, letting the end come in for the purpose of. See, they charging us up. Good morning. It is 07:53. Friday, August 31st, 2018. I said charging up for the 13th order for racism. Racism is not the 13th order, but we're in the order. We're in the 13th order right now. I have people yet to still contact me yet. I know I'm being heard because I'm going out there and I'm waiting for the people to contact me because this is not a joke. As I keep watching media, stop watching media. The media is owned by the conquerors. If you saying there is slavery, correct people, who you think still run the land? When you win a war, the art of war, the art, the picture, the painting of the war, you change everything you want. You're the winner. You get all the spoils. You get the women. You can change their mind easily. That's why it was so easy to change women's mind and let them know all women of the whole world. It happened at one big time, but it really didn't. That's what I want to tell you. It did not happen. There's a woman you can YouTube when I put the video in my link. She explained the world to you. Is a why white people keep talking to white people, quote unquote, white, Caucasian, Euro, of descent of the British, the Dutch, the Spaniards, the English. They call Romans. You listen to the songs with Nicki Minaj. You say Romans. Why nobody the Trojan horse? The Trojan horse. Why we're not getting this? The Queen of England. The British are not weak. The British is the center. United Kingdoms. The kingdom of heaven. Come. Why is nobody connecting this? Why are we still blind? Why are we still? I know why. The veil have not been lifted. Do we know what veil means? Do we know what revelation means? I'm starting to like really truly know because I believe anymore. I used to believe that people that want to run around calling themselves a Muslim, Christian, a Hebrew Israelite, even they tell us what Gentiles mean, Jewish, you have no idea what you're talking about. Because if you really do, you will stop lying to people. Like if you truly gotta like people say good heart, the creator knows your heart. He say quote unquote, they say God, the God knows your heart. He's know your heart, but at the same time, why is we still running around lying to each other? Why is nobody uncovering links? Why is we see they're not attacking me, you know why? I am a nobody to nobody. I have zero views to zero views, but they still will contact me because they know eventually I'm not gonna have zero views. Zero people is not going to be looking at me. It's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you get 5, you put a line through it. When you get to 4, you get a line that make 5, and you go 1. You keep doing that. It's a reason why all these symbols and signs it means. I looked at the guy in music. I got Cricket. It's called Deezer. And the guy I man was Osiris. You know who Osiris is? I asked my little nephew. He went to Almighty Mussolini. You know who Mussolini? It's like the information is right there, but nobody seems to somehow connect it and tell the truth. And I had to tell the people the truth. Even when it was bad to tell my nephew about listening to Lil Wayne and he made a song. He was like, pussy, 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 pussy. I was like, and my nephew sang the song, even though it was really like, if you read the lyrics of the song, the word pussy was in the song. So he calling you a pussy while he talking about pussy. So he's cursing you and they're enchantments. See, there are spells in so many different ways. And at my job, I figured out what we classify as beta and alpha. And the way we classify it is wrong. Beta and alpha in the animal kingdom, it's about the alpha male and the beta male. The beta male is not weak. He's not the weakest male. That's just the male waiting to get his spot to become the alpha. Because usually the beta don't attack the alpha to you. That's how so if you saying you were alpha, you showed me you was a weak male. Because you became alpha after the other alpha male, because you was a beta male, attacked the alpha male who got weak. You see how this works? You notice when people get attacked. Look at that Bill Cosby. He got weak. He's 80. He got all them jails all the time in prison. behind bars. He cannot do. It took his freedom away. He's free dumb. He dumb and is doomed. They doomed him. He allowed himself to be doomed by not accepting their contracts. And I'm learning to take away your business. Do not accept money by companies that you don't know the entity. You want to become your own entity. I learned this. Right now, I'm going to work and see. My work is not so much prevalent based on. It's based on how much work I do. So the care I'm supposed to give to the person creates that company revenue. The care I give create the company revenue. Who do you think is more important, me or a basketball player? See, the basketball player do not create the NBA revenue. So as I said, you got to think the actor do not create that movie revenue. See, we think it do. I watch movies that I was willing to pay more for an unknown actor or actress that actually fit the role than the actress that was just in the role or actor. They didn't create that revenue. They brought people, but the movie still had to be good. Because once you seen it, you was like, you made a choice. Was this a good or a bad movie? So basically, they're charging up this racism in the 13th order. And I called on, I started at the first order. I called the first because at the time, to me, it was the first order. The Meghan Markle order was the 11th order. Because we keep forgetting media controls our media output, outtake. It's like it's this cameras in other countries called the CCTV. They are so clear, but how come we have cameras in America that's watching people every day in the traffic and on top of houses and buildings? How come those cameras are so unclear? It's like starting to think. Right now, my mind it's in this raid because it's like it's not aligned because I know it's not aligned to racism. I don't have it in me. People's like, oh, you racist. Yeah, I'm racist towards other people that don't look out for me. That's what my race. See, that's a scheme. Ism and ist is a scheme. What scheme are they working with? Witchcraft. It's a witchcraft. They say you got a witchcraft. Well, Christianity is witchcraft are using Christianity. Jehovah's Witness. See, and y'all want to look at it. Look at the word witch. WHICH. WITCH. Why is those words pronounced the same way? But it's supposed to be a different word. The meaning don't change. That's how translation works. I don't know how to really convey this related information, but I'm gonna keep doing every day. It's my best to try to relate this. And I notice now racism is so strong. When Obama, a person, don't say a person of color because he's African and Hawaiian, became president, I never seen so much attacking the belittling of a man that was supposed to be our commanding officer over this organization, this country called United States of America. We talked about his wife and his daughter, but now we have a president. This is not a diss either. His wife was a porn star. I don't hear nobody dogging her. I seen black women coming from Michelle talking about she a man. They got her penis. The white men and the white women calling her an 8. Then they start attacking Serena. But Serena, what with the dog, white man, black man, she married a white man. Won't say nothing bad about him. But if Serena going through depression and all these things, you know what happened? She married the man for money, women. And I'm sorry, this world is unloving and adulterous. I was trying not to believe that in my heart. Like, no, creator, this world gotta be loving. The creator, like, I'm gonna let you see how unloving it is. I'm gonna put so much love in you to love people and watch how the people don't like you. Because they did it to me. They did it to the gods that governed over them. They're doing it right now to the people that's watching them. Right now, there's a man hurting a woman that's loving him. There's a woman hurting a man that's loving her. And they're going to keep doing it. That's they like adultery. They enjoy lies. It's like I'm trying to bring you away from that. I'm trying to show you and through you to show people. You know why the creator going to show me? I didn't believe in that. I told you a story how I believed in the creator. He had to prove himself. And it sounds funny to people that's probably been Christians or Jehovah's or whatever your whole life, that Buddha, Muhammad, God, whatever other name there's out there, Allah had to prove themselves to you. But it never said, as a man should not talk to his creator the way he should talk to the people around him. Because the creator is talking to the people around him. Or as is the entity, the creator, our entity, is talking to us. Omnipresent, right? Always present, always there. Omni, able to touch and go through everybody's lives at once at one time, but do not control us. I remember I was told we get a reprobated mind if we don't. That's not true. Because what is reprobate? Well, the word pro is in there, so we gain more progress. But bait, I mean, it's a choice of him taking the entity choice of taking away from you what you don't. So why would he take away? Wouldn't that be harming? So in his racism time, the creator proved himself to me. I said, show me. The rain stops. And still, like, show me again, because I'm not asking you now to show the now. I know who you are. Show me on this world sense of who you are. I remember going to the church. The evangelist was like bigger, higher, and stronger. I put my hands up. I could not pull my hands down. It felt like, like if you was leaning over a cliff, for example. Basically, I felt like I was over a cliff. I was jumping off, and somebody take their hands and put their hands down, like, and grab your hands. That's how I had my hands up in the air, and I felt like somebody, see my hand? See this hand right here? I feel like somebody was grabbing my hand. So I couldn't let go and fall off this cliff. And it lasted about a good 5 minutes. I didn't flip around. I didn't shake. I didn't fall to the ground. He kept me standing still with my hands up. The entity kept me standing still with my hands up. So as I say, everybody experiences what they go through is totally different. See, I'm sharing this with you because I know it's young men and women, and I would like to share this to the person and redo it, and hopefully she's watching this, the woman that, if she become my wife. And so far at the nursing home, I've seen people pass away, lifeless bodies. I don't know what the other people thinking that's used to watching it. Like, well, you will get used to it. You will never get used to death. I seen death as a child. I seen death in my mid-teens. Somebody shot, killed in front of me. In the regular time, and at home, in the regular land, no war. I went to the military, seen it so-called what is war. I seen people die there, and then now I'm a little older and I understand life. I was like, damn, people are dying alone. I know the families can show up, but you're alone. You're seeping through that pain. You're going through that pain. Rest everybody's soul or and family that just lost someone. And at that moment, I felt like I didn't feel a sad to cry. I didn't feel a sad because that was the depression. I was like, wow, their life sucks or their life might not have been that good. I don't know them. I felt the sadness like they was alone. See, people don't look at that. I don't care how much you believe in the creator. Before you meet the creator, you feel alone. I don't care. That's why it's good to have good relationships with people on the earth that's around you and establishing them and keep them. Make efforts to see them. And it's hard to keep making effort when people don't make an effort back. That's when you stop. That's point blank. That's easy for my mind. If I'm talking to a woman and I'm doing my all to show an effort that I like her or I care about her, I admire her, and she don't give it back, after a while, my efforts stop. And after a while, I do say no. I talked to a woman, I grew up really liking her. She was in chocolate. She was high yellow. And she wasn't the prettiest lady I ever met. And I didn't really know about her attitude or character. I didn't like her. She just had a goodness about her. And I just kept showing I like her. I really like you. I'm telling her. I verbalize. Like, when I meet a lady, I like you. It's no, oh, let's be friends. Let me hit it the friend zone first. Or I'm looking only to be, no, I'm not going to lie to her. I like you. I have feelings for you. I like you for the sense of who you are. When I say I miss you, I miss you. And I let you know I think you're beautiful in another way. And I'm not gonna give you some of the words I use because some women are just used to the word beautiful. I don't just use the word beautiful because it's not beautiful. Because beautiful is like it's your imagination that you're creating what is beauty to you. So everything in the world right now is beautiful to me. How these houses made through simple shapes. That's beautiful. How it's no longer, or like I say, like even if you wonderful, she's wonderful because she's full. She's made whole. She's a wonderful person. Just like when I use success, I don't use full because within success, I know I have to have goals and I have to accomplish them. When I accomplish them, I become full. So I'm full of her. I admire her. So my words is not so much. Niggas say that's corny, that sound whatever, but it's only in your words. So you establish what you want to establish with that person. And if she receive me or not, I'm cool. I'm a little hurt, but I move on real fast. The less, and I learned the less I do, the less time it take to recover. So if only put this amount of energy when she showing me, put the same amount of energy. You will see how that person reacts. And I was liking her since I was a little child. Got older and I finally she started, I guess, give me some of her time. So I was giving her like now I'm like, all right, I'm doing things to show. She showed me a worth. Like women don't realize they say, I asked her why does a man pay for the first date? And why should a man pay for everything? Why should a man pay at all? No woman have yet to explain I am worth this. Not deserve. I heard deserve worth because I showed you who I was. And if women, and that's how I say women don't think practical and logical. If a women, if you just said that to a man, and it's not some man guide to how to get a man or tell her no, because you're gonna use your own words. But I seem like women have like a one zone, one track mind, or even when they come back down, that's why I say charging up. So racism, the charge up of racism, we need to keep implanting the way we want racism to be. We need to delete, eradicate, and remove racism before it's too late, even within our own race of people. Like there's black, quote unquote, black people, African descent people that's racist towards their own race. You can be racist, but in the matter of the races that a lot of people that, okay, if you say if you met me, you call me racist. You know why I would be that way? I wasn't taught at home. You know what I keep experiencing from you? People that see that seem not to understand why I'm so fueled and charged up, and I don't want to put my energies towards it. So I don't say nothing. I just look at you. What's up, you stupid little nigger? I just look at him like that didn't make me mad. It just showed me a lot about you. And then there's videos on YouTube and every time I hear a comment, see, they're animals, they're monkeys. See, that's why. But you gotta remember, you just called them a nigger. It was not going to be a reaction. Whatever happened to cause and effect? Go put your hand over the fire. All the people everybody that say stuff like that have no understanding. I feel like we're no longer understanding to each other, and we're not. So it's like I'm capable, I'm competent to understand that you have a mental problem. Why should I keep engaging you as if you actually talking to me? It was a video name. Her thing was Touring Gangs. The police agency killed her. They pulled her over. They showed the video that led up to this young lady death. Rest her soul. Rest everybody's soul that lost a loved one this year or last year, or whoever lost a loved one that you was dear and close to. Rest their soul. And the police, see, and I asked the question now on YouTube. People like to respond. Even black women was responding. Talk about nobody, and I know it can be trolls, it can be fake people, but a lot of people that is responding are real people that is writing behind these computers or these electronic devices. And like my mind is, if a person I walk up to, and the first thing she did establish is, officer, what is your name and can I have your information? And everybody forgot about the beginning of the video. And they said they wanted to make her crazy. After everything after that, was she crazy? She paranoid? She teaching her sons to hate? She's telling them to fight? Like she telling herself she's gonna die? But nobody remembered the beginning of the video. Nobody talked about the beginning of the video. All this young lady wanted was the officer name and badge information about the officer. She ain't say she didn't want to but she let them know you're not gonna bother me. After that, come on now, just think about this. If you're in a relationship and the person keep coming home late, you're not gonna ask them where they're coming from. So you telling me you're not going to care? That's not true, because you care about the person. Well, if you don't care, but you care, so aren't the police officers, law enforcement supposed to have a sign of care of and understanding? Shouldn't they have classes? To be a bus aide, you're gonna have to get an associate's degree in psychology, take psychology classes to work with these kids. So police officers not going to have to do this on a daily basis. You're pulling each people over. We're coming from work. We're going to work. We at different events in our life. You're doing your duty as a police officer or law enforcement. I hope a lot of you hear that, or young kids inspiring to be a law enforcement or a police officer. Your job is to deter, protect. Where is your deterrent and protect? They could have easily called this another woman officer, the chief of police. So many things could have been done to know what happened to this lady. They said she got in a shootout. They call it a firefight because they never identify who they were. We should know they're dressed in a uniform, but where was the courtesy at? She was loud. Okay, loud. She was loud in the beginning. Big deal. I am loud sometimes, and that's what you're gonna use against people. Like where your fire is different. My friend, even my so-called covenant brother, tried to use that on me. I was like, man, that's where my isn't that your fire to go talk about the what you call those days, like the Sabbath day, the religious days. Isn't that your job? And he won't even talk about that. So that's where your fire is at. I get fire under me when I'm speaking truth and people are still aligning to lies, or they will not acknowledge that I am. The pastor said, I am capable. Unlike those people, they are not capable of doing different. But aren't you capable of? Don't you know what you ought to do, what you should be doing? Why? I'm not about to put the responsibility on you. Because when I do wrong, the responsibility, that's my account of me. The welfare of me, the holisticness of me, all of me is the account of me. And accountability. I have the ability, the responsibility, my response. I have the ability to respond. Why we cannot see that? Just like how there's racism going on. Donald Trump is fueling it right now. Colin Kaepernick, he didn't fuel it, but I'm just throwing out what is transpiring right now with this racism. LeBron James in his new show on HBO called The Shop. He keep talking about it. He brung up black people. They try to bring you down when you get rich. Kerry Champion on ESPN. Michelle Beal. They try to preach this. So stop fueling it. Let's talk about it in a real sense. You know what I liked when they did it? Greg Jennings and my other lady on ESPN. That's my girl. So beautiful. Josina Anderson. They wanted to sit down with the NFL coaches and no owners, and let's talk about why the knee is so wrong. Why can't we change this loop? There's a rule. I don't know if everybody know this. Women can play in the NFL, but somehow you can't stand up in the biggest stage in the world because we don't have a national event to talk about racism in America. We don't want it because the media, capital M, capital E, capital D, capital I, capital A, is not doing it. It's owned by the wars. That's point blank. Racism is not going to change because we're not going to talk about it on a national or international scale or event at one time. Just like we have the State of the Union, it comes on 274, where I stay at in Western New York, 274 Fox, CWT, CW, wherever these channel, the CCTV, the CSN, MSNBC, NBC, CNN, Fox News, Fox, whatever you want to call it, C-SPAN, LHN, all those channels go to the State of the Union. But somehow those channels came once a month, cannot go to, let's talk about this. On the floor, we're going to talk about racism. On the floor, let's talk about family. On the floor, let's talk about economics. And if you're talking about economics and society and the people, that's all in. I am part of the people. You are part of the people. Asian, Chinese, African, straight African, Lebanese, Cantonese, West Indies, Haitian, Vietnamese, Latino, Hispanics. I know they're all combined, but not to me, because I know that within race, it's not classifications, but I know it took a certain amount of race to make this race. That makes sense. It took a certain amount to make this race. So I know from paying attention, you got to look at what is going on. Why won't they do that? And that's what I'm talking. They charging it up. Slavery never ended. Racism not going to end. So what are we doing now? And it's almost in a sense is like, you know what? I'm gonna use the word wish. I wish I can mind my business. It's so hard for me not to see what's going on. It's like I don't know how to like not pay attention to like, wow, you about to you hurt that the man just killed the cop just killed a 15-year-old man. They worried about when he go to prison. They probably not gonna touch him. He gonna have an order not to touch this guy. He's a police officer. He got 15 years in prison. People get attempted murder. They get more than 15 years. That's crazy. I know this. I'm not his punisher. But if you're gonna have a law about murder, regardless of who it did it, you gotta have the same. So if we saying holding cocaine a certain amount, and so if you got third, first, and second degree of wrong, shouldn't we uphold that first, second, and third degree? First degree is the highest, second, you know how that goes, and third is the lowest, and you got negligent, got accidental, but it's still the same. It don't change. So if it's accident, I can see, okay, 15 years with some parole of 5 or 2 years. Then the next one, negligence. That means you aware of when paying attention, you was drunk. Okay, that's 6 years with some parole and some time with the boot on you. Then now you get to the actual doing it on purpose, the third degree. What degree of you did it? It's like, how did it happen? Then the second and the first, you just straight out just blew everybody up. You intent. You shooting at me. You came after me. You followed me. You stalked me down. You mapped this out. Okay, that's automatic 20 years. And with some parole time and all those other things, the rehabilitation part. But it don't go that way. It's changed. It varies because you got plea deals, plea bar. I would never need a plea bargain for doing my wrong. I'm gonna set my punishment as is. See, that's the just is in me. A lot of just is not a people. So are we working off of just is? Because we say justice, but it's just is. And why are we not really talking about the truth? Like we say, the matter of the facts. What is the truth? So with my people, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna leave that alone because I know that other ethnicities not gonna see it. They keep saying, "Well, why is we the number one killers?" No, we're not. It's only 33% of us. We don't make up the most crime rate because that would mean babies born now will have to make 2 or 3 a crime, or people that's of age will have to make up 4 to 5 of the crimes each time. That wouldn't make sense. And people and then you like to use it. I don't use statistic because you have to break them down individually. You can't, and that's all it is. They're not biased or discriminating. They're individual. So if you bring up inner city or the urban center, and you say crime rate in the city, but where's they getting the crime from? It's not biased or they're not discriminating. They just choosing a part in the city. So that's lying. That's the truth. What it is, they're lying to you. It's not biased or discriminating. Biased or discriminating will be more like you're saying this is the only reason. And then that's when I'm like, no, you're only using one stat. That is biased or discriminating. You're trying to say, if you're white and you're trying to use black statistics, you need the whole city statistics, not just that inner part of the city. So we can go for the truth. Because then you say we make up most of the crime. And then they say, well, if there's more white people in this city, why wouldn't more white people get killed by cops? Your cops not even policing or law. But they're not killing the rich people. Police was created through the rich people to guard their wealth. Why would you guard the inner city? They're not guarding the inner city. They're guarding wealth. We're not paying them. If taxes paying for it ran by the warmongers, the wars, the conquerors, the people, the art of war, command and conquer, the British, the Romans, the Spaniards, the Dutch, the French, the English. Come on now. I keep saying this, but nobody hears me until when I talk to people one-on-one. That's why I know the internet is not for me because I get more out of talking to young African descent men and asking about their dreams and seeing if they know how to get there. They got an understanding of life. I get more out of that than on the internet because I learned on the internet people only like drama. We like to have fight. We like war on the internet. We like to just badmouth on the internet, but nobody likes the truth. I learned that nobody likes the truth. We don't want to talk about the truth. We don't want to talk about love. We don't really want to talk about multicultural and coming together. Like I'm on Instagram just to follow some people, not even following like family, just to follow certain people I like. I seen this black lady on there because I went to search. She around my age with this old white man. That's all I'm gonna say. And I'm like, wow. And I'm learning and at the job they keep saying it. Stop. And my aunt, she asks me this every time I see her. And please stop doing this to people that's single. That's really like good-hearted people. I ain't talking about the idiots that's out there womanizing women, men that's men eaters that just eating men, playing with them, putting the men in the system and knowing that they're doing wrong, the women doing wrong. They just want money. These gold diggers. That's all I see. Because what you accept about one race, you will not accept about your own race. That's racially fueling you and charging you. Because you have no, and I seen it. That woman about 35, 40, this man about 60. Or he look about 60 if he not. If he around 40, he look old. And that's who she chose to be with. But I see in her picture, she's having a lavish lasciviousness. It's not good for you. Her life is very lavish. She's going on all these trips and go places. So that's what she counted as love. And as a woman told me, women can do things and then fall in love later or start loving you later. I was like, that's cool. So women have a different outlook on love. When a man asks a woman to marry him, he's really in love. He's no doubt of himself and who he want to be with. I'm not talking about the marriages you see on TV. I'm talking about the marriages that make up the 80% of black men marrying quote unquote black men and black women, African descent men and women. We're marrying our own because we're truly in love with our own. See, they won't bring up that statistic, but they'll bring up every statistics to pull us apart. To talk about it is a civil war because we are allowing the 20 to 30, the 30 to 20% to course and to guide our next generation on how they should be. I never met so many just black women, and I asked young black women, who you like? A guy that treat her good. Because they was already breeded, fostered, and nurtured to say that all black men are trash. Even their father told them that. Even though he's looking at on the eye, he's dark as her or darker than her, and she's a dark-skinned woman to hate. He's light-skinned, she's light-skinned, to hate black men. So you already giving them the hate. So we got to work on that too. We got to stop charging that. We're fueling it. And women are right. We do fuel that if a man say this, but one man don't fuel 100 men. And that's what baffles me. And this is why I'm getting low on energy now. I'm getting my time up. Like the spirit is telling me time almost up. I go by the spirit. A lot of things I receive it through the spirit. But we are racially charged right now. This is the 13th order. So the 13th order now is to use LeBron James, Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a puppet. Now these Catholics are coming out talking about these boys being raped. Well, these men wasn't married, but there was men in these churches. So this is no excuse. I don't feel bad. I feel bad for the generations of young men that keep being raped over and over. Talk about women was always men up marginalized in the church. No, they wasn't. The men did it. The church, the true church did not marginalize the women. The people in charge of the church did. Or they thought nobody's in charge of that church. Anybody can walk in, and if the spirit of the creator give them the word and the heal and recover, you better let them speak. I don't have to receive it, but they there for a person to be healed and recovered so they can get back the true source to allow access and to activate through their creator. So now they can have their source once they once had or what they never knew they had. Let them walk in, whether a man or woman. It can be an animal. I remember reading in the Bible, the pigs got the evilness on them. They ran into they ran into the ocean and drowned themselves because the man had the lameness on him, and the evil couldn't stay on the man. He was no more lame because he got touched with the righteous hands. and the righteous hand touched them, and it jumped on it, had to leave a body and go to another body, and the closest bodies couldn't go around to the other bodies because they seen them. See how you see evil coming? You can't jump on. But we didn't do that. We won't go kill the evil. The evil jumps on to the next person because that's what's in that person. What's in you? That's another thing. We're charging up. We're putting what's in us, not in us. We're not supposed to eat certain meats, but we do. I understand. It take a discipline. It take a little time. Just because you're a vegan, you're not exempt for anything else. That's just a food. What about what you do in your life? How you think now? How you act towards people still? Just because you being a vegan, that don't mean you're gonna live longer. You still got other things you have to do. And the person like, well, we all gonna die one day. I'd rather live when no pain, like my knees ain't not sore from standing up. I'm not always tired. I'd rather live like a energetic, non-hurtful, like I got energy, I can do things, life. Even though I know eventually, yes, I know that. But I'd rather, even with the seeing the people pass away by them, I know I can enjoy life a little bit more. I know when there's kids and children that don't have out there food to eat. Let me enjoy it each time I take a bite because this can be my last bite of food. Something can change tomorrow. Something can change within the next few minutes of my life. I don't take it for granted, but I know what we going through. We not trying to find no solutions, no resolve. And it's like as a whole, but within myself, all I'm doing, I'm good within myself. I'm just using what the spirit gave me. That's all. And it's no problem with me because all I can do is go to bed, go to sleep, get my rest, and I'm all right. But I know it's people out there that feel that was tricked. It's a rule over them. It's an order. It's a rules, and they gotta follow it. They joined that organization like a gang, the mafia, the president, the Congress. It's part of the same organizations. It sounds funny, but they all are. In a gang, you got to do the ritual, the blood ritual. In Congress, you do too to become a Freemason. They put a sword to your chest. Buy this sword. So if you don't follow their command, buy this sword. What do you think that means? And it's like that. That makes so. I'm happy. I'm very logical and practical. I'm happy that I'm not just so accepting of what people accept because it kept me safe. People say, well, if you do that, you would never. I'm okay with that then because I'm accepting. I'm like I said, I'd rather not be hurt my whole life than to have hurt and pain when I could have avoided it through my attitude, character, and personality of who I am. But this world is race. We are charging up. It is racially charged through all these people, the sports now, and the people around you. And I want to say on to my African descent people, my young men and women, our adults, man, we got a work to do. Your children out there, they hate themselves because of their skin color. People are hating them because of their skin. And then they go around like, I never seen women like, I want to go to Italy. The men, the quality, the quantity of men, not even the quality, they treat me you're a fetish, you're enticed. Just like them, I admire you well. But I guess that's not enough. You got 10 here, but you need 100. You need 100 to admire you. You got 10 right here to do it. But that's not enough for you. You need 100. So that's cool. I learned when I had more options, I didn't choose wisely. The more options I had, the less wiser my choice was. But I did, like in the beginning of this year, I had got 5 women's number. They was just giving me their number, like 5, 6 numbers. I called them all, but I learned, man, it's a lot of options. And the first things that I noticed is like, all right, I gotta stand with my guns. I have guns blazing. I had to stand with my guns. I had to use my mind. I had to shoot myself with all the knowledge I knew. What woman? One woman was in and out of prison or jail. I never been to jail. I had to like, I can't talk to you. She was like, why? I was like, what you do, you cause yourself to get in trouble. Now, if I'm going to live a life to be example to other young African descent men, I can't be with you. I'm not saying I can't help you, but I'm the type of person is We either I'm helping you or I'm with you. It's not like because you're a woman. Like men and women are designed to procreate together. That's my take on why I don't have women friends. So we parted our ways. Then found out she's still in trouble. She's still getting in trouble. And I'm like, man, like even my presence didn't stop her. We went out a couple, even my presence of being around her, usually somebody can see a goodness. I'm like, wow, stop. Why are you fighting? She fighting me. She arguing with me about things that she was arguing with other people with. And I'm like, I can't do this. And that was a good way to leave someone alone. And I talked it out. It wasn't a diss, it was no hard feelings. It's respect. Met another woman, a lot of strife in her family. She caused it. I was like, dang, you caused a lot of strife. And it's like, I'm not right there. Maybe next year, if I'd have met one of those two ladies, I would be able to handle that. Maybe things, but it's got to be. And people are like, well, you willing? I'm too much. Come on, people. We got to be really logical and practical on this at least. You got to think about who you letting in your life. You can't let everybody in your life. I don't care how strong, how Christian you are, how Jehovah, how much you got a brotherhood, Allah, Taoism, Hindu. I don't boot it. I don't care how much you are prayed up, what you call it. I don't. It still don't change that. That's a spirit you bringing on that you still have to function within yourself too. You got to take on their spirit and then you got to function within you. So you got to imagine what kind of strife that's going to bring you with your spirit. I'm not saying you can't do it. It's okay. I can, but at that moment in my life, no, I couldn't do it. So I already eliminated 3, 4 of the women down to 2. And the other 2 didn't work out because I even talked to the ones that had kids and it didn't matter to me. But I learned what type of man I am. It's if a woman gonna have a kid, the kids need discipline. If I'm gonna be with a woman that is like that has like to discipline herself not to want to argue and attitude, I have to certain things have to line up. And if I'm not a good man to women, I'm okay. I'm gonna accept into it because I know I am. And it can sound proudful or boastful. I'm sorry. Just like you can say to yourself, you know you good person. You know there is not. You can work on yourself but so much. You're only gonna do but so much. And if people not genuine, you liking you, it's not genuine. Don't worry about it. This is for the kids. And these bullies out there, there's no bullies. You gotta allow yourself to be free from what they're telling you are, but you're not. Even though I titled this to charge up the 13th order of racism, it's out there. I'm not gonna get around it. I know it's not gonna change because we're not within myself. I made a change with that. I made a change within myself. But I know since I'm competent, I'm capable, I'm able, I have the ability, I'm the count, and I have the response. I'm gonna make the changes when I see fit. I don't have to egg on. So that lady didn't have to die. They had to kill her. They could have called female. It's so much they should have done. And when we stop saying that, that's unloving. If you can do a job, police officer, healthcare, teacher, a judge, a senator, and a Congress, a politician, a scientist, a psychologist, the fireman, a lifeguard, Liberia, a bus driver, a metro bus driver, the boss of a company, the janitor. If the person working like the entry level job, the event like business level jobs, the regular market jobs, if the love or the care we don't have, if you stop caring, I don't like you. And at the same time, I don't care for I'm gonna care about you, but I don't care for you. It's like what happened that we can't care for each other no more. Because that's easy. If you're like, let's get rid of racism, let's use care. Care about me. You can hate me because of the color of skin, because of what somebody did to you. That means I should be I should be more racist to you. And there's people out there that have been hurt. Like I got physically hurt. But you say you don't like me just because of my skin of what somebody was. I understand they breed it to you. You're nurtured and fostered in your home. But as you got older, then you didn't look into the mirror and be like, why I think that way, why I feel this way. I literally, there's people out there that don't like that's racist, that literally know, like a black person have not beat them up, have not jumped them, have not called them names, have not stalked them to follow them home and try to kill them. That's racist for no reason. Like, what have they done to you? Like, what they did to my brother? No, what did they done to you? I know what he did to my sister. What he done to you though? Because that made you and it put you in a position to understand as well too now. And that's what I'm like. Why? That's supposed to be loving. Because loving, it's supposed to conquer and it's supposed to beat up that. It's supposed to get rid of that in your heart. And that's what it's done to me. Love has taken that out of my heart. But it didn't make it non-noticeable. It didn't say, I'm going to make it non-noticeable. The creator, like, I'm not going to make this noticeable to you. Because people around me, people like, why are good things happen to good people? Because there's people around them that's not accounting themselves. So when I'm able to visibly and notice that, I'm ready to like to see it. I'm the spirit of is there. I got to use my responsibility, my accountability. To be like, what can I do? Then if I'm a police officer or law enforcement, or I'm in position to stop a fight, I stop so many fights at people like there's a lot of fights because nobody's stopping them. You're literally walking by the young two dudes arguing, so he could have a gun. I don't see a gun yet. So, and they're a good distance apart. So it take a little time for him to pull out that gun. And if you could get like, yo, man, you grab him, I grab him. I grab her, you grab her. Let's talk to them. What's wrong? Stop. And people usually will stop and just complying to what they're looking for. Like all they do is that get that month. They could have just satisfied the woman with their badge number. And it's like and this was what I was trying to say. Why is it's so simple and it's always so simple in my mind. It's just that simple. In them cases, people are like, you don't react. But I do have something I tell people. I'm not so kind-hearted when I see people hurt people. And that can be a flaw. That's a flaw in me. If I see a woman hurting innocent babies out the womb, she in the nursery, and she's forcing the baby to eat and hitting them, I have no sympathy for that lady no more. And that's a flaw to mine. Because I'm quite sure the creator looked down and be like, I want to let you die. I'm doing my best to make you help you live. But you keep hitting yourself in this situation. That's what you think happened to the creator. He's watching everybody. He's trying to like put the spirit over them. And I don't believe, and I know that's not the truth. They say when you're doing wrong, the spirit is not there. That's not true. The spirit is there. You just choose to ignore it. So I'm going to tell that with truth. You choose to ignore the spirit. The spirit is still there. You're ignoring the spirit. But what is the spirit of? Like if the law say go 65, and this is just a good example. The law say go, the sign, all these vehicles that is over 1,000 pounds on the road together. And you on one of them. In the speed limit say 65. I don't care who made this law. I don't care if the law was made in 80,000 years ago because of this, and this. But we all on the road at the same time. So I know I want to get home. You want to get home, get to your destination. It say 65, but somehow people are going 70 to 80 miles per hour. But everybody going 65. They're following the least because they in this vehicle they have no control over. But you have to control because you can at least go 65. At least do your minimum. Your minimum is the least go 65. I ain't say nothing about pay attention to the road because that's a minimum too. But some people, I'm just going to be logical and practical and with some spiritual in it. It said go 65. Why don't you go 65 for the sake of other people and for the sake of yourself? I don't care where you got to go. And it's proven you don't get nowhere no faster going faster. You go to get there on the same amount of time. Unless you're going a long distance, it hold a little bit more truth. Because over time, over distance, times does change. You understand that? Over time and distance, time does change. But if I live in Amherst to Buffalo, and it takes 15 minutes, whether I go 65 or 35 to 45 to 55, it's going to still take me 15 to 20 minutes. Believe me, know that it's going to take the same amount of time. From here to Rochester, it take about 35 minutes to 40 minutes. No faster, no slower, going to take you around the same time. Now I'm going here to California. Speed might play a little part in it, but pretty much the same amount of time. But unless I'm going from here to Africa, if I can drive to Africa and give us a straight road and tell one person to go 65 the speed limit and tell another to go 80 or 90 the whole way, it's gonna play a role. Remember distance and time. So that's a good distance away. But a short distance, that's pretty much it's gonna equate to the same amount of time. Pretty much equal. That's what equal is like. We're gonna equate. So whenever we're gonna equate and start understanding this happened, this is not changing because we have to change this first. We got to change people's looks, the outlook of people. So that's why being racism is being charged by the 13th order. It keep have to tell people that's in high positions to keep saying this. LeBron, you're in a very high level position. Wish you stop. Not wish. Please stop. Not even please. Stop it. Boldly stop. Don't do it no more. Because you're getting paid by the guy. Just like I'm getting paid by the people that hate us. So stop. Keep doing what you're doing. Stop worrying about what they did. We know that all white people not hurting us, but we know there's a good amount that's still teaching it. They're teaching it in their homes. They're instructing and they're training. We know that there's over 100 to 160 to 200 institutions that cause hatred. And it's not Black Lives Matters. That's not a hatred group. It's not the Black Panther. The civil rights movement. They're calling those hate groups, but the groups that's bringing light to like, you're really treating me different because of my skin in 2018. But there's something wrong with me that I can go to a company, the janitor, the groundskeeper usually can be a Black man or Asian or Middle Eastern. They're white too. I went to a company, I didn't see one, not even a secretary, not even a human resource. They was all of Euro descent. And you telling me that in this 2018, it's still companies out there. You can't tell me. I went to the interview and I was qualified. You can't tell me that more men like me and women of my color, or if that's another ethnicity or nationality, was not qualified for these jobs. Or they did not do a better interview than me. If my interview was so bad that I didn't get the job, that was because of the reason. Okay. So you telling me your whole company don't have a single person that is not a fair or pale looking person, or we call them vanilla, somebody that's not a brown shade or hue, or that's kind of like you can touch them, they turn red. You telling me nobody got a degree? I was the only one? You telling me that? Come on now. That's BS. We still working with bullshit. The shit, we keep polishing it. Racism is shit and we polishing it to make it look good. We trying to change the name. No, let's go to the truth. It's still there. It happened when Meghan Markle got married to Prince Harry. He don't even look happy. Start looking at old pictures. And African descent women, y'all don't understand y'all power yet. I will always say this. Y'all understand the power you have. I'm gonna keep saying that. I don't know how to make you understand the power you have. I wish I can just shake you or touch you and get near you, but you fight me. You feel as I'm here to get you. I'm not here to attack you. But you do look silly with that makeup on your face, that blonde hair. That's not your original hair color. Then you put on a wig after you cut your hair. That is so damn confusing. You shave the side of your head. Now you wearing a wig. I'm so confused. You love your Black women, but you raping them and you hurting them. I am so confused by you too, African descent man. You love her, but you cheating on her. And it's not, I'm not turning myself to be like I say, you holier than thou or you greater than something, however it go. But it's like, I'm confused by that. I would never dare say I love you and hurt you. It don't recollect to me. But I know I have made a mistake in my past when I didn't know now I know, like, damn, I apologize to Elizabeth Beatty that I said I cheated on her. I didn't cheat on her. I just wanted her to leave me alone. And I tried so many times. We couldn't leave each other alone. But that was the only way. I don't regret. But I would tell her that. So I apologize. I'll set myself free. And I want her to be free from that. I didn't cheat on you. Didn't want to be with you because of the outlook of how you dealt with me. You just looked at me in so much of a way. It was always an argument about nothing. You got mad because of what somebody else did. And I can't diffuse what other people do. It was a lot of people too at that. It wasn't like just one. I can't diffuse 80 million, eight. I can't diffuse 8 to 10 people at once. I can talk to one. And I did. Like, get your friend. Only can do but so much. And within me. But it was two of us. You was so angry. She could have helped. Elizabeth could have helped diffuse. Then I met a woman that tested my, and I don't feel bad. If that's a flaw, I take that flaw. I'm not taking no curse on me, but I take that. I don't have sympathy, and I pray, and I pray when I became quote unquote Christian for sympathy, empathy, compassion, and passion. I had that already, but going around other people made me seem like I ain't have it. And then talking, I met April War. She made me feel like I was just this bad guy, but I still felt like she was just in love with another man. That's it, because she wasn't practical. You didn't really like me, April Ward. That's the truth. You didn't like me. You didn't really care for me. You ain't had no admiration. So it was easy for her to walk away. But to be with the dude that was cheating on her, I understand why you want to be with him. It was a longer time together, what you experienced. You shared your body with him. So of course you want to have a love with him. But you still took on the curses your aunt and your mother gave you. Talking about the best dick you gonna have is a man that's treating you bad. Because all he gotta do is time. Like a man, I seen a video of a man having sex with the mother and the daughter. He don't have nothing but time on his hand. If you got enough time to do all that, you got enough time to uplift some young women. And he was having sex with the, like, it's like that's what clicked on in my head. I don't know about everybody else. But yes, I have things I've done wrong. Yes, I do things wrong. But I don't live in them. I don't make them my life. It's not my life to keep doing wrong. Now it's time for me to get better and be better. So remember, it's your choice, it's your path, it's your journey. Choose wisely. Don't allow this racism stuff to come up on you. Young children, everybody don't treat people the way you think they treat people. There are gonna be people that treat you bad for no reason, whether they're skin color or not, whether they're the same ethnicity or nationality or not. It's up to the person, it's up to you how you gonna respond. It's your attitude, it's your character, it's your personality. Be the best you can be. Focus on your life. Your energies that you have is going to have a positive and good reinforcement, empowerment. Like, I love me. I am great. I am doing the best I can. Those are the best you can do. That's the greatest thing you can do for yourself. Look in the mirror and look at yourself, since that's the only way you can see a reflection of you. Look in the mirror or look at the video. I love me. I'm saying it to myself. I love me. I can truly wholeheartedly say I love me. I've been through a time when I didn't love me, and I understand that. So, and keep doing that for yourself daily, like how you pray daily. Go pray. Go talk to yourself in the mirror daily. I love me. I love me. See, and look yourself in the eye. You're gonna cry because you never thought you can love yourself. And I don't mean like love yourself, think you the best looking thing in the world and nobody else look better. I don't mean that type of loving you. I mean just that you know that you don't have to listen to people that do people. The people you listening to, imagine they did a lot of people wrong. They're not talking about that to you. I'll tell you that I've done people wrong. I'll be honest. That's part of me being honest. Is that part of your character? Is to be honest? So if a woman can tell me I'm not a good man, I'm not worthy and eligible, I'm not worthy and eligible to her. But there's other women out there that I have not met yet. There's other people that I have not met. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm not looking forward to the people I go to work with that a dude don't like me for no reason. A woman don't like me because I asked her a question and I asked her to explain her question. I'm going to work with them, but I'm not looking for, I'm going to look, I'm looking forward to the people that say you're doing a great job. And they laugh in front of the ladies. They be like, and like people like, y'all can't be too honest in front of these women and these men. So he's doing a great job. And they say, and the woman say, you may not be the best at this. An older lady said this. You may not be the best at this, but everything else you do a great job at. And she was like, sometimes that's more appreciated than just the great job you're doing. Like, you're just doing a great job and that's it. It's like, that's more, think about that. Of things that you really do for people. I know deep down, the ladies I let stay with me are the guys. I can bend a certain way, but I know that moment in their life, when it was raining outside, they wasn't getting wet. When it was cold outside, they wasn't cold. When it was hot outside, they wasn't in the heat. So regardless of what they say and think about me, I really appreciate them because it got to show me what the things that they say got to show me who I was. And that's another thing. You get to be shown who you were. When you see you mess up in the time you can have control. Like when I argue with someone, I was like, why did I just argue with that person? I think back. 'Cause I got to count of me. I have to think about my warfare that I was doing, that I'm going through, the price of it. And it served me to no avail. I used the wrong energies, the wrong way. But I didn't even go to the source and be like, why should I'm doing? The source would have like, stop. The source would just say, stop. Why? I didn't put you there for that. Wait till they calm down and come back if you're able to. If not, move on. Let somebody else. But you did the work I asked you to do within my work. I am resolve, resolution, truth, and success. No, I am honest. I am truly honest. You're like, oh, you lied before. You're a liar. No, you lied before. Whatever your situation, you lied before. Are you lying now? If you're lying now, you are a liar. Only can work in the now and the present. So lying for you is a gift. Don't make lying a gift. Make your responsibility of goodness and whole in your heart of treating people well your gift. And you're now in your present, not your past. It can change by your experiences, but the future you do not predict. You just plan for it and you work to the best of your ability to get to the future. Well, I say unto one, I say unto all, have a great day. Enjoy your day. This is Friday. Enjoy your Friday. And don't just say this is Friday, I got the weekend off. Just say it's a Friday, I made it. I did the best I can. And next Friday I'm gonna be even better. Shalom.